Hey guys, Preston with N3 Boatworks outside with a 2013 MasterCraft X14v. Just recently came in on trade. I want to give you guys a look at this boat. It's in really clean shape. The X14v is a 21 footer based off of the ProStar hull. So this actually would end up being a pretty good all-around sport boat where you're going to have a decent ski wake out of it. Along with with the V-drive setup and the ballast, you're going to be able to wakeboard and surf behind it as well. On the exterior, we got like a midnight blue with like a classic Masters blue, if we're talking antique terms. I'm not sure what the colors are called for MasterCraft, but just a good classic color scheme on this thing. Overall, like I said, very clean shape. Really had to dig pretty deep to find any issues with the condition of the boat, but we'll get into that a little bit closer here. It is sitting on a tandem axle MasterCraft factory trailer with disc brakes and a nice spare tire up front to match. This does have the easy fold tower. It's a 2-point tower, folds straight down towards the back end of the boat. Super easy to do. On the tower as well, as you can see, we got the Bimini top stored in the boot right now, along with a pair of clamping board racks, which are great. Those swivel in as well. Before I dig into the interior, I wanted to point out one small bit on this starboard side of the boat, and you got a small scuff on the X14v graphic here. That is really the only thing to point out on the exterior of the boat. Let's make our way into the back and we'll hop up inside this thing. Got gator grip on the platform and on the walk-through into the boat. So it gives you a nice little path into the boat without having to walk on the seats or anything. Underneath here, got a dual exhaust for the Ilmor 5.7 liter motor. Prop and rudder under there, both in good shape, and a center trim tab for getting this bad boy up on plane and give you some wake adjustment as well. Before I jump in, I will also note we do have a stereo remote back here. So if you want to change your volume without climbing back up, if you're hanging out in the lake, it's good to have that on the back. So here's that walkthrough I was talking about. Kind of goes all the way into the boat. Take a step in, get you guys a look at the interior. Sitting in white with blue accents and boxing, and some of the darker blue piping on there. And throughout the interior, you'll see kind of the signature MasterCraft diamond stitching throughout. Also, we have snap-in carpet in here as well. Let's hop inside. And I will start with the motor. So I'll pop the hatch open here. Just grab that latch there. There is the 5.7 liter Ilmor motor. Freshly serviced here at N3. I believe we put an impeller in here and then all new fluids. And it's only got 75 hours on it. So this thing is in pretty much like new condition. Like I said, the exterior's got that one little scuff, but the interior is almost perfect. And low hours on the motor. So there is the 5.7 Ilmor motor. Our seating arrangement back here, they kind of push the seats back a little bit to either side of the engine to open up the seating space in this boat. And just behind that, I'll just show you, you're going to have a little bit of storage on either side. There's your full cover right there at the boat in gray. Pop the other side open just to show you as well. So there's the actual space you get in this thing. And it goes forward just a hair, but not really a ton, but you can have room for, life jackets and things like that in the back. Obviously the boat cover fits in there just fine. And then you're gonna have these little screen nets underneath the doors. Let's pop up this storage area. On the starboard side is the drop-in igloo cooler, so that fits really nicely in there for you. And then if we pop up the bench big bench here on the port side. Got some really deep storage in there. They recessed that nicely to open up space for boards and things as well. We got a couple throwable and some ropes in there to go along, but you will notice stored there on the side is a ski pylon, and that thing hooks right into this floor port next to the driver's seat. So if you want to get more of a true slalom experience behind this boat, you can pop in that center pylon for a better tow point for skiing. And again, that pops in right there by removing that black cap that goes in. Through the interior, you're gonna have JL audio speakers. So you've got 2 in the back and 2 more up in the bow, with a pair of JL 7.7 tower speakers mounted up top, and those 2 are going to have some lighting on them as well, which could act as probably docking lights is the most useful thing for those. And again, here's a better look at our Bimini in the boot currently. It just folds forward and covers the majority of this cockpit here. And while we're here, I'll show you the board racks. Those things simply clamp down and release by pressing the button here. So those work pretty well, and those do swivel inwards. Under our glove box, you've got your batteries down here. This is set up with a dual battery setup right now. Up under here, you're gonna have your 2 JL amplifiers for all the stereo in the boat. And then we got some life jackets packed in here as well. And it does come with the original factory manual. While we're on the subject of stereo still, I'll note there is an 8-inch sub right behind the driver's seat, tucked nicely back behind there. Over to the dash. Pretty straightforward as far as the gauges go. You're gonna have a tach, a speedometer, fuel gauge, all of that on top. You're gonna have your nav heater and light switches to the left with a stereo remote on the dash as well. But if you bring it over to the right, you're gonna have your bilge and blower. This is set up with 2 bilge pumps, and then on the right side is a medallion touchscreen interface. That's where you're gonna have some of your engine some diagnostic information, some audio stuff, so you can do that off the screen. You've got your GPS on here, so this does have GPS Perfect Pass, and just a number of other things, cruise control, all that right on that screen there on the right side. Underneath, you're gonna have switches for your ballast. So this is gonna have a three tank setup for ballast. I believe it adds up to somewhere in the range of about 800 pounds stock, and those are hard tanks under the floors. Over here in your glove box as well, you got the actual Clarion head unit in there, where you can put in CDs, 12-volt and USB outlet under there, and a video input, which you can actually stream video to that screen over on the dash. In the walkthrough, you have a swinging air dam, which simply locks in like so. On those cooler days, you run that thing with the heater, and keeps the main cabin of the boat pretty warm. And up front, you're just going to have it's kind of a standard wraparound seating up here with a bit of storage up under the front. So that pretty much covers everything on the boat. Really no defects to take into account on the interior of the boat. It's all in incredibly clean shape with low hours. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call. While I'm still filming, this is where you unlock the tower to fold. Just do that on either side and that thing unlocks. But if you have any other questions, give us a call. 317-845-9253. Thanks for watching.